So we want to solve, not just solve, we want to talk about parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines first have the same slope. So as an example of how we use that, as in our homework, let's write the equation of the line parallel to y equals 3x plus 2 and passing through the point 1, 3. Our solution, since y equals 3x plus 2 has slope m equal to 3 and parallel lines have the same slope, our equation must have slope m equal to 3 also. So we know our new slope must have the same slope of 3, and we know, so our equation has slope equal to 3 and passes through the point 1, 3. We use point-slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x sub 1, or substituting the values in that we have y minus 3 equals 3 times in parentheses x minus 1. So that's point-slope form. If we wish to write the equation in slope-intercept form, we solve for y. So we distribute the 3 into the parentheses. Then we add 3 to both sides, and we get y all by itself. So y equals 3x would be the equivalent equation in slope-intercept form. All right, so that's how parallel lines work. Let's look at perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines have negative or opposite reciprocal slopes. That is, if one slope is perpendicular to the other, then that slope must be the negative one over the second slope. As an example, write the equation of the line perpendicular to the line y equals 3x plus 2 and passing through the point 3, 1. So these are perpendicular lines. They're not parallel, so we can't use the same slope. So in our solution, since perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes, the reciprocal of 3 is 3 over 1. The opposite of 3, which is 3 over 1, is 1 over 3, and the opposite of a positive is a negative. Hence, our perpendicular slope equals m equals negative 1 over 3. So we have the slope negative 1 over 3. Thus, we wish to use point-slope form again, with the slope m equals negative 1 over 3 and passing through the point 3, 1. So once again, point-slope form, we plug in our values, and we have y minus 1 equals negative 1/3 times x minus 3 in parentheses. If we wish to get the equation in slope-intercept form, we solve for y. We distribute, so negative 1/3, and we have y1 equals negative 1/3 times x is negative 1/3 x. Negative times the negative is a positive, and 1/3 of 3 is 1, so we end up with negative 1/3 x plus 1 on the right and y minus 1 on the left. We add 1 to both sides, and we get in slope-intercept form y equals negative 1/3 x plus 2. Key thing, parallel lines have the same slope, and perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. I hope that helps.